Hey everybody, welcome to my first video here. This is on a 1990 something Chevy Corsica. And for those of you watching, you might be like, well, why the heck would you review this car? It looks pretty ordinary. And I would say, yeah, you're right. It looks like a rental car. But I'm not here about reasons to talk about why it looks like a rental car. I'm here to list reasons why it is actually a cool car. So I'm gonna start off by just saying, I was expecting this to feel like a puffy, ordinary 90s car, but after watching Zach and Wyatt's video on this out in California, shout out to them, I suddenly realized this is actually a pretty sporty feeling car in some ways. And also just design-wise, if you look at the front, it's got a pretty mean-looking grille. I mean, I think honestly cars from the mid-2000s with bug-eye headlights are, I don't know, they just don't look all the part. This actually looks pretty good though, I'd say. And then the back, it's kind of the same story with these lines in the brake lights. It's aggressive to me. It gives the car a wide impression and gives it a wider looking stance than it would otherwise have, even though I know it's really not all that wide of a car. Then I mean, that's pretty much it for the outside. Moving on to the interior, this is where it gets interesting. You open it up and you have seat belts, which I was imagining they would be the electric kind where, you know, it slides like that down like on the early 90s Camrys, late 80s Camrys. But no, it's actually manual and you just pull it like that and then buckle it. More interesting, I found, was that the mirrors are manually adjustable on both sides, not just one. Also really old school. Was not expecting to find that. So now we'll move on into the interior here. And so just looking around, you just get all these 80s vibes, like, you know, looking at the pods and stuff like this for the windshield wipers. And then also for the headlights. These are just features I've never seen when I've been in a car before, and this is just really amazing to see. Also, just the feeling, I don't know, of the handbrake. It just sounds so good when you pull it. I just love that. What can I say? I love GMs more than Fords. I also really like just the logo here. It just looks kind of cool. You know, you feel like you'd see that on something like a Corvette from this period, but they bothered to put it in what was viewed as a family car back in the day, which is kind of a nice touch. I wish Honda Accords would do things like that, but they don't. Let's see, what else? Also for the period of the time, you've got your classic cigarette lighter here, just like I've got on my 91 Supra back in Memphis. Your ashtray, which for whatever reason, it looks like it has. Oh, so it doubles. So you've got one tab saying cup holder. That's a tiny cup holder, my gosh. And then you pull that tray down and you get your ashtray. So it's a multi-purpose deal. Your power windows here, I don't even know, do they work? Wow, they do. This car was in really great shape. This is the coolest feature. I love this. I wish that cars would still do this. I opened this up thinking it would be like a little tray to put your map or something. And it's dual cup holders, just like in the BMWs. Only instead of one, you get two. That is just stupid. I love that. And of course, for a passenger, you usually get a measly one vent over here. No, you get two, which is awesome. And they're not just little vents. They're big, wide, flat vents. I just love those. And then you get this one. So you actually get 3 vents, which is pretty good treatment for a passenger. And then, of course, you have this tray for your maps. And then you do have, oh, yes, you have the tray. Okay, I didn't know. I knew earlier Corsicas had these. I didn't know if this one would. It does. That is awesome. It's like a little office drawer. That's cool. You know, these are pretty basic and cool, but they feel crude, you know, they feel like the 80s handles like on a C4 Corvette or something. It just feels retro at this point. I know people would probably tease me and say, you're crazy for liking this, but honestly, I like this. And if I had the money, which I don't, I'd say this would be a fun little car to get and mess around with. I mean, I know there's not very many of them around, but I'd say, yeah, if you're just looking for something to tinker with, getting started in the hobby, as I will one day, then yes, I would recommend this car.